What's up guys, my name's Seth, you're watching Petrol 360, and as you know, I've got the RX-7 as a project car. I also have a daily driver, like a 2012 Ford Fusion. It's super nice, reliable, great on gas, but I also have another project car, one that you might have seen if you've watched through my channel a little bit. It wasn't mine at the time I shot the video, but now it's mine. This is a 1964 Ford F100. Short bed. It's a sweet truck, and I bought it off my grandpa. The engine went bad in it. It's been sitting for a little while, and so we're gonna swap another motor into it and see if we can get it back on the road. So today's the first journey on that. So let's show you what this truck is. Here she is, guys. Like I said, this is used to be my grandpa's truck. He daily drove it for quite a long time, and it had a V8 in it, and V8 kind of went bad. So we pulled the motor with intentions to swap something else into it. So I wasn't there to kind of do the swap for him, which really sucks. But he ended up, you know, kind of wanting to get rid of it, and I wasn't going to let it go, so I bought it off of him. And I had kind of big plans for this truck. I'd already actually started some videos on what I was going to do to the truck, but right now I think I'm just going to get it running and driving. So I've already got a motor for it. I've got a transmission, although I'm probably going to get another transmission. That's the plan for tomorrow, is to go pick up another transmission. So well, let's go look at the motor that I've got right now. Alright, so if you're really good with motors and you can look underneath all that grime, you can tell this is a Ford, small block Ford 302. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a piece of junk. It was running, you know, run pretty good. Came out of a 1970 Ford F100. The guy was selling it dirt cheap with a transmission, drive shafts, all the front accessories, everything I needed to run. It's like 200 bucks or so. That's not a bad deal. These old motors are getting hard to find decent ones that aren't built for cheap, and I'm gonna try and get this truck running and get it back on the road for fairly cheap. So like I said, small block 302. This one has a C6 automatic transmission. It's a 3-speed transmission. That's probably going out. Like I said, we're just gonna try to get this on the road for cheap. Do a soft rebuild, as I call it. You know, gaskets, valve cover gaskets, new water pump, all that kind of stuff. All the stuff that you should change whenever a motor is completely out of the car, when it's gonna be easiest to change it. So I'm not gonna do a cam swap or intake swap or anything like that yet. Maybe exhaust manifolds, but that's only because one of the studs broke whenever we were removing it. But yeah, I got a pile of parts here. Rock Auto set us up. So let's fire this thing open. Alright, so here's what we got. Water pump. This is just a stock one that was supposed to go on the motor. It's a 1970 motor, so this is a water pump for a 1970 F100. Honestly, big mistake on this. This is obviously cast iron. The Mustang ones are aluminum. They're a lot lighter. I wish I would have known that before ordering it, but you know, yeah, I'm not worried about lightness with this car too terribly much, because I mean, it's a truck, it's not a car. So rebuild kit for the carburetor. So yeah, this is a master gasket kit. Pretty much comes with everything from head gaskets to intake manifold gaskets, oil pan gaskets. It should have everything in there. I mean, look at the list of all the parts that it comes in there. It's crazy. But yeah, that should get me going with the motor. So see if we can pull the valve covers off this thing and see what it looks like inside of there. Step one for rebuilding the motor. Vacuum strap off of motor. Going a great start. Okay, before you guys start bashing me on this motor, there is some good things about this motor. One, it's covered with oil, which means it was well lubricated, because now all the lubricant is outside of it. There is oil in the oil pan. It looks pretty clean. but one of the best parts about this motor is it's 100,000 miles, 120,000 miles. I mean, I got to see the truck that it came out of and see the odometer, so I know it's pretty low miles. The other thing is it still has tags. All of these are ID tags. There's one down in the transmission as well, but whenever somebody starts working on stuff and removing stuff, these things get gone. So that pretty much tells me that the motor really hasn't been taken apart, which is a good sign. It means it's a virgin motor, so there's no real reason for it to be too hacked together. I mean, well, yesterday didn't quite go as planned. Pulled the valve cover off, and it was horrible underneath there. I got pretty discouraged, pretty bummed out. I have a picture of it. I mean, it looks horrific underneath there. You know, it was a used motor. There's always the option that it's horrible and it sucks, and that one does. Tried to think about what I was going to do, and I think I'm just going to continue going forward. I'm not into that motor much at all, money-wise, and even if I get another motor, it's going to be the same motor, or it's going to be a 351 Windsor, which has same mounts, same transmission mounts, everything. So what I'm going to do is keep going with this motor, go ahead and try to get it in the car, use that, I mean, just as a mock-up motor, and try to run it. If it wants to run, great. If not, junk it, move on to the next one. But I have it here right now, so I'm going to keep going forward. Right now I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit. Alright, so something else I did is I pulled the transmission off. Like I said before, this is a C4 automatic transmission. I'm going to try to sell it. I have everything for it, flex plate, converter, everything I need for it, so somebody should pick that up pretty quickly. Only bad thing is one of the ears on the bell housing did break, which kind of sucks. But yeah, here's the actual motor. It's a greasy pig. I did clean the valve train up a little bit. You can see this one took some diesel and kind of scrubbed it down a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna try to pull the pan today, get the top end of this motor cleaned up, and yeah, just kind of go from there. Alright, that's a good way to kill a couple hours. So what I did was, on the worst valves and valve springs, I took them off, pulled the push rods, put them in the parts washer and cleaned them. Some were really, really bad, and others were pretty fine. So we'll take a look at it. What I did was put diesel fuel on there, toothbrush, and just cleaned everything up. I mean, some of them didn't come out too bad. I'm pretty happy. Heck of a lot better than it was. This side I had to end up doing all of them. This side was much worse, so all of these got pulled out and cleaned. So yeah, what we're probably gonna do now is drop the oil pan, see what's going on the bottom end. Fingers crossed for that for sure. But yeah, probably about the same thing, just cleaning out crap, which I don't know, I feel like we're gonna be doing a lot of that to this motor, but I don't know, we'll see if it works. I was pretty surprised with the valve train. It looks like it's in decent shape. So fingers crossed this motor will be running again. Alright, so starting to wind out on phase one of motor stuff. Pretty much got everything torn out as much as it needs to. From here it should all be going back together. I'm not going to replace the water pump on this motor, just because I don't know if this motor is going to stay in there, and I'd rather keep the water pump for something else. But I'm still so-so on whether the motor is going to work or not. But it's all clean. I've got these parts. So got the valve covers, the oil pans cleaned out, got the block plate from the other transmission, and so motor's torn down as it's going to be. Clean the valve cover surface, so I'm not going to install the valve covers yet. but at least it's ready to go on. Other transmission, kind of mess with it a little bit, clean the block plate up for that one a little bit too. Hopefully I can sell that one, sell the whole everything together. Hopefully somebody will want to buy it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at today. I'm gonna try and clean up. I guess I'm gonna have to mop or something because this is an absolute disaster. But yeah, feeling pretty good. It feels good to get your hands dirty. So feeling good. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, if you like this project, if you like other projects I have going on, the RX-7 stuff, feel free to find me on Instagram, Petrol360. And if you want to see more of this stuff on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. So, thanks, guys.